I'm on my way to get a smoothie, guys. One second. So, anyway, lots to talk about, but I'm just on my way to get my smoothie. I wish I had a holder or something. It'd be easier to talk to you guys, but I have things to look for when I get back home. Anyway, so just saw a video of this Caucasian lady on TikTok, and I was checking out the comments. I didn't heart the video. Okay, there shouldn't be no connection issues because I have 5+ bar 5G on my iPhone. So I don't know why these websites and stuff be so glitchy. Anyway, I was checking out the comments, and let me just make sure the microphone's working. Phone symbol's on, so you guys should be able to hear me. And I was checking out the comments, and all these Caucasian, aka obviously, if you don't know what Caucasian, you should know what Caucasian is, but seeing how dumb this country is, maybe not. People should know what Caucasian is. But this country is so dumb that I'm using these big words on YouTube and on TikTok. I'm like, maybe these people don't even know what I'm saying because they're so stupid. AKA white woman, okay? If you don't know what Caucasian is, for those who are, because America is clearly dumb. I've been resting my voice more, as you guys can see. So I've been trying not to talk as much, but, I can't help it, y'all. We have to express ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We have to communicate. And I was checking out the comments, and a bunch of Caucasian ladies were in the comments, and they were all saying that they feel very, very ill. They've been throwing up, all types of shit. And what I want to say real quick, and I mean, this may sound a little bit harsh, but you know what? I gotta tell you guys the truth, so I'm not gonna spin the truth. What's probably making them throw up as well is that the people that they're dating or married to voted for Trump. That's what I'm thinking right now. As I'm live with you all, that's what I'm thinking right now. They probably are feeling super sick, even more sick than the average, because they're having to cut off family and stuff like that because they know that their family and friends are fucking racist. That's sad. So yeah, guys, I'm about to get a smoothie, and this country is done. For those who have not seen my other thousands of videos by now, or I should say live streams, because these are all live streams, you're shit out of luck. You need to go back to my channel and look at what I've been saying, and I stand by everything I've been saying, by the way. So yeah, so that was obvious, and I've seen this now with not just quote unquote black and brown people, African American people. I've now seen looks like they're Indian people, Asian people, white women, white men even, are all saying how they're physically sick. I mean, I saw one TikTok of this lovely black lady who literally went to the hospital, and I was just watching her TikTok, and she was saying how she was throwing up as well. So when you have so much evil and hate in a country, guys, it will make you sick. That's a spiritual law. Like, when you harbor so much anger and detest and dislike for people, especially a race of people or woman, like when you just have hate in your heart, that will cause you to feel sick. And so what's happening is that people are, I mean, it's sad to say this, but I think especially Caucasian people, especially white people, they're looking around them, at their neighbors and their brothers and their parents, and they're like, oh my God, these people are racist. They've always been racist. But now Trump has just pushed them forward to be even more hateful and more nasty. And so the white people, you know, aka the Caucasian people who are tired of all this, are having to cut people off and divorce partners. And, you know, listen, the way that I feel, guys, is that this country, you know, like I said, the hashtag, the hashtag Black Woman Rest. Okay, this person's driving so freaking slow. I don't know what their problem is. Girl, okay, they're just gonna take forever, so I'm just gonna go around because these people cannot be, you know, it's sad to say, guys, but this country has a lot of dumb people in it. And, you know, this election just kind of had me realize, like, wow, these people are actually really dumb. Like, they're just really, really dumb. They don't research anything. They don't care about anybody but their own skin color. And that's gross, you know? Like, when I voted for Kamala and Tim, I voted for everybody, right? For all causes, you know, equality. And then the opposite is that people voted against me. People practically voted against me. You know, while I'm trying to make sure that they're okay, they're saying a big F you to me, you know? And that's the reality that Black people need to realize, is they're saying F you, you know? The way they voted is saying F you. We don't care about you. We don't want you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so if my smoothie is not ready, I'm going to go back in my car and talk to you all because, you know, I'm not going to stand there and not talk. And I have to work later. Sadly, I have to work later, which I don't want to, but I have to. And I'm going to talk about my plans long term because I'm not staying in America. And I really mean that. Like, I am not going to, like, to me, this election was make it or break it. And I feel like America just showed its true colors. And so there's something else I need to see. You know, I've already had my experience living in America, and I'm not impressed. You see what I'm saying? So I would never stay in a country this racist. It makes zero sense. So why complain about something but not do something about it? Okay, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. My microphone should be on. I don't have my I don't have the video hooked up to my laptop in my ear. I wish I did, but when you leave the house when you go too far, it's not going to pick up the audio anyway. So I cannot tell if YouTube is honoring what I'm saying or not, which sucks. I don't know if they're honoring what I'm saying or not. But I'm going to go grab my smoothie, guys, so be right back, okay? I would put it on mute, but then if I put it on mute, I don't know if it's going to come off of mute. I'm worried that it's not going to come off of mute. So, yeah. I'm just going to have to go back in the app after I pick up my smoothie because I don't trust that it's going to pick up my audio, guys. Like, I don't trust anything anymore. So I don't know if I can't really trust it. You see what I'm saying? I put it on mute, but I don't trust it's going to be the correct audio. So I'm just going to go pick this shit up. That's basically what I'm going to do. Okay. Thank you. Well, maybe I don't have to turn it off, guys. We'll see. Maybe I don't have to turn it off. One second, y'all. I'll show my double chin. Oh, man.
Absolutely. Enjoy it.
Oh, mine was Simone, I think, on there. I had the Sunset Punch or something. Yeah. SIMONE. Yes. I subbed the strawberry for kiwi. I could tell you once I look at it. I could check. Let me see.
For Deidre, I have Sunrise Sunset, you said?
Probably not mine.
What was your smoothie?
Same thing, but just I subbed the strawberry for kiwi.
Okay.
So maybe it's not ready yet. I don't know, maybe not. Unless it's that one.
Name was?
Simone should be on there. Y'all, I just had to make sure I placed it. Y'all, I just had to make sure I placed it. I actually didn't place it because I didn't place it. Oh my God, this thing is loud. It's loud, guys. Hold on. Yeah, y'all come first. I can wait for the smoothie. Yeah, no, so I didn't place it. I didn't place it. I did not place it because I did not want it to get watered down. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, actually, I'm gonna take out my AirPods. I feel like it's kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, so I've seen now people, not just Black people, but like a lot of people saying how they feel physically sick. They feel sick, and people are throwing up, people are taking time off work, people are not wanting to leave their house. I mean, just imagine 4 years of that. Just imagine, just imagine 4 years of this. Like, this is how they want people to live, in fear and shame of who they are. Like, that's just really pathetic, don't you think? Like, them wanting people to live like this is just so pitiful, right? Like, so anyway, guys. Anyway, I and this sounds kind of bad, but it's the truth. Like, I'm a dual citizen. I was born in a different country. So for those who don't know, I'm born British. I have a British passport, like born and bred. And this result right here has had me have to like go back online, and I'm gonna have to call the embassy and make sure everything's up to date, have my passport, yada yada yada. And like it's so crazy that like this is the reality, but like I've literally planned since like maybe 3-4 days ago, on a serious note, to work in a different country, thinking about retirement, because retirement's like a really special thing to me. So I don't want to live in America. I've had my childhood in America. Not really my childhood. Well, 7. So 7 to now. So yeah, but yeah. So for those who don't have a dual citizenship, especially for under 30, which I didn't know, but if you're under 30, there's more ways to apply for like visas and whatnot, which I had no idea about until I had to start researching like different countries and how much different properties cost and all this shit. And so I just feel, I mean, the only thing I could think of, and I keep thinking to myself, is like, there's no point in being unhappy with something and then putting up with it. You know what I'm saying? My microphone is working, but I don't trust it. I wish I had my AirPods. Oh my goodness, I wish I had my freaking AirPods. But yeah, I don't want nothing else from America. I don't want nothing else from this country, dead ass. Like, nothing is gonna impress me. I don't care how fake nice people are. I don't give two fucks. Like, I would never stay in this country. Like, people that are still trying to like find excuses to stay here, I think are like not understanding how bad this shit is. Like, why make excuses? Why try to build up your life in a country that literally hates you? Why even bother? Why even do it? Like, there's tons of countries out here. There's so many different places you can live and get a job and buy a house and have a family, especially if you want to have a family. I don't know why you would stay in this country. Like, I mean, and that's probably a part of the reason why I've never wanted to marry somebody in this country, because like, I've always thought to myself, like, do I want to raise my kids like on this school system? Do I want to raise my kids in this country? And the clear answer is no. If I ever have to have children, I don't want to have children in this country. So those women who already have had babies, my mind is just like, I'm speechless. Like, and there's girls right now that are actually, this one pregnant lady just left the shop. She was pregnant. I'm like, girl, I would never stay in America and have no family. Like, that's crazy. Especially if you're Black or brown. Like, why would you stay in a country that literally hates you? Like, why would you do it? So be right back, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. Let me just go grab my, they want me to, I don't want to stay in there and talk to nobody. Like trying to be extra nice. No, honey, I don't want to talk to none of you people. Like, listen, I don't want to talk to nobody but my friends, you guys on YouTube, and those on TikTok. That's it. I don't want to make conversation with nobody because I don't trust them. Period. So I've not cried. I have not thrown up. I've felt like very nauseous. Even the week before, I felt very nauseous. But myself, I have not let it get to me that bad. Like, I block that out. Like, I actively block that out because I don't want to feel sick. But I understand for some people that are, you know, probably really shocked, and they are feeling really sick to the point where they are, you know, ill. And that just speaks volumes. It's like the energy is so freaking bad. You know what I'm saying? The energy is so disgusting. Like, but this is what they want. This is what they wanted. So there's nothing else to say. Like, these people voted for this, guys. The deportation's coming, the tariffs coming, the racism coming. They voted for all this shit. They voted for it. So you cannot, so to me, to have to live in a country where you know that people actively voted against you is insane to me. Like, that's insane to me. That's insanity. So we go grab this drink, yeah. That shit's crazy. Actually, leave it open. Yeah, y'all, so. It's gonna be a long day. Oh, God, I need a long vacation. That's what I need, guys. I need a long vacation. Everything possible I need right now. Everything possible I need right now. Straight up.
Did you get the...
Napkin. Oh my God, my energy's been awful, guys. Like, awful. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I need a vacation. For real, for real. Oh, hopefully there's no copyright. If there is, I'll just cut it out. This music playing. I'm gonna have to edit this out. I'm sure I am. Mine's Simone. I put it. Yeah. To Sunset one. Or essay. I don't even know what name they put it under. I have no clue. Is this mine? Oh, they put mine here. Oh, it's yellow? I don't recall being yellow. Oh, okay. Mine's yellow. I thought it would be red, but it's yellow. Okay, y'all. I was scared of the copyright because I didn't want to put it on mute and then the thing gets messed up. You see what I'm saying? So I just kind of left it like that. I just left it like that. I just left it like that. So just by observation, y'all, there's a lot of non-black people trying to be extra friendly and shit. I would not believe that shit. I would not let them touch me. I'm just telling you guys the honest truth. Like, I would not let nobody touch me, talk to me, nothing, because that for that many people to vote for that guy, you can't trust that shit, bro. Like, I wouldn't trust nobody. Like for me, oh, I have to go pick up my other item now. For me, that election was make it or break it, and America broke it. You know, I went to when Hillary was running against Trump, I went to Hillary's rally. I supported Hillary, and I remember what happened with Hillary. And then now I was supporting Kamala and Tim, and then to see what happened to them, I'm just like, forget it. For me, forget it. Like, twice you had the opportunity to put a lady in, and now you're gonna have to wait another, what, 2, 3, 4, maybe several decades just to see a woman come into power, or a woman of color possibly again, or anybody of color. Like, that's insanity, America. Like, that's actually insanity. So honestly, how I feel right now, I am planning to work in a different country. I have had my dual citizenship since Earth Day, several, now probably over a decade ago. And I never really thought of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I never really thought of like working out the country, going to different country to like build my life. And after this election, I'm just like, that's like the only option that makes any sense. You know, that's the only option that makes any sense, because all these crazy things that he's going to be putting into power, I just do not agree with. So to me, it's like, if you're waiting for America fundamentally to change, you're going to be waiting for forever. Like, you know, I mean, people want to talk about other countries having this and having, it don't matter. Like, guys, it doesn't matter. Like, look at how America is. Like, there's not one person or one policy that would change my mind. Like, to me, America is what America is, and I'm not trying to wait to see if it's going to change. It's been this way since I lived in America. It's been this way. You know, extremely racist, extremely sexist, very disgusting people in power, you know, injustice, police brutality, the whole 9 yards. I remember one time when I went back to England top of 2020, and I was talking to one of my aunt's guests at this event, and one of the talking topics was about, you know, the police brutality in America. And they were saying, like, how can that be you guys' reality? Like, how do you live under that? And I mean, you know, I guess when you're so normal to things being violent, you know, you don't really think about it a lot. You see what I'm saying? But you know, all this stuff has kind of just taken me right back to that moment. And I'm just like, bruh, like, people look at America as barbaric, and it is barbaric. You know what I'm saying? Like, this country is barbaric. You know, look at all the rich people that are black, that are in the sports and media, whatever, and they have all these they have all these articles and all these video evidence of these men getting slammed to the ground, their neck breaking. You know, the police in America are completely out of control. And I will not miss that shit. Like, I am disconnected. I am disassociating. I am disconnected. I'm not going to let them make me sick. I mean, of course, yeah, I don't feel like myself. Of course, I don't feel happy about this bullshit. But I'm not going to let these people, these evil people. Why is this person crossing the street? Like, what are you doing, honey? Like I said, America, people are not that smart. he sees all of us turning, and the guy starts to go across the street like, are you, like, where's your brain? So to me, I just feel like people have, and maybe because this is their home, you know, maybe because this is their home country, it's not my home country, so maybe they feel more inclined to like weigh it out. But I don't, like, I don't have any, I don't have any kind of I don't feel any kind of way either way. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've already experienced America enough to know that I don't like it. So back, y'all, the microphone thing is giving me a lot of PTSD. It's giving me the PTSD. So yeah, I think maybe people that are I think people that are maybe American, maybe they feel more inclined to like make things work and whatnot, but I don't. You know, I've lived here since 7 years old, and to me, I just don't see the point. Like, I'm not impressed. You know, the food is unhealthy, the people are evil, the air is dirty, the wages are not right, his corporations are not right, the incoming president's not right. Like, nothing is right. Nothing is right. So all these fake ass people are gonna do for however long they want to do it. All they're gonna do is smile in you guys' face. That's all they're gonna do. All they're gonna do is smile in your face and try to be fake nice with you to keep their profits up. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, Kamala's in Hawaii. So that kind of further confirms what I was telling you all. Is like, they're not doing shit, okay? And the people that are keeping up hope and all this shit, good for you. But like, she's literally on vacation. So if Kamala is on vacation, what are they really expecting her to do? You see what I'm saying? So to me, like, my American experience, like my experience living in America, I think is as good as done. I've seen enough. I've experienced enough. I'm not impressed. I was actually watching a couple documentaries of people talking about being Black in other countries and their quality of life. And there is so many countries that I'm sure the average American is not even aware of. There's so many freaking opportunities in countries out here, guys, where you're gonna get a better, just a higher quality of life in general. You don't have to stay in a country that does not respect you. So all this fake, you know, I mean, I don't want to say it's fake, but to me it is fake, you know, like people backpedaling and trying to, you know, to me, I think that shit's fake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just think it's fake. Like, we all know that Elon with Starlink did something, but that's not even the surface. Like, America has been this way for decades. It's not going to change now. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I kind of feel bad. Actually, I don't, but I do. I feel bad for people who have an allegiance to America and like still want to raise their Black and brown children here. Like, I would never have a kid in America. Like, that's insanity to me. Like, I can't even imagine doing that. And there's actively Black and brown families who are doing that, who are still having children, who are still considering, oh, you know, they're trying to figure out how they're going to survive in this country. And I'm like, if you have to try to figure out how you're going to survive, then like, why are you in this country? Like, the quality of life, this one body you have, why are you going to invest it in a country that doesn't respect you? That's like the baseline for me. It's like, this country is so fucked up. I don't understand. So it's not 5 minutes left. So I'm actively researching other countries to live in, to move to work in. I do have a dual citizenship. So With my dual citizenship, I'm looking into how I can use it other citizenship to get around, because just like America, America has a lot of different states, but my other citizenship, my other passport has a lot of other different countries under that, Commonwealth. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, like I said, I don't care anymore. Guys, I don't care anymore. If I move to a different country and I had a way better experience, like the money's flowing, my health is good, I'm happy, and I was able to get a citizenship in that country, I would just simply relinquish my American citizenship, like straight up. Like I don't care. Like and so I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel like time and time and time and time and time and time again, they have shown people how they feel about black and brown people. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, if I was to have children, I would not want to raise them in America. And I've always told my parents, like, I would never want to have kids in America. So if I even want to possibly have a family, if that was on my radar, which it's not, but if like I had the ability to, I wouldn't want to have it in America. So either way, that's telling me that I need to move regardless, because I look at, like, I was watching videos of vlogs really of other black women in like other countries that have married over there or whatever, and like they're so safe, they're so happy. And then I see black women in America and how black women in America get treated, and how they have to fight for everything. They have to worry if their kid's gonna go to school and get harassed. A mother should never live like this, guys. A mother should not have to raise her kids in a country that is gonna bully her. I experienced a lot of bullying, a lot of abuse growing up in America. I experienced a lot of abuse, and ongoing abuse. And I never deserved that. You know what I'm saying? I never deserved that. And I never did nothing wrong. I was like the perfect student. So can you imagine for those kids who, are from a rougher area of town or whatever else, and they're going to school and they're getting abused? Like, that's crazy. And I just want black and brown people especially to see how valuable they are, see how majestic they are, see how loved they are. That's all I want. That's all I want. Because if you actually realize how much of an asset you are and how much you bring to the table and how amazing you are, you're not going to stay in a country that constantly abuses you. You're just not going to want to build a life in a country that is purposely showing you time and time again, we don't care about you. We're going to continue to kill your people. We're going to continue to shut you out of opportunity. We're going to continue to abuse you. I don't understand that. I don't understand people that ignore that reality and then say, I'm still going to stay here. Like, when you are an adult, if you're an adult, you have the right to research, to go anywhere else your little heart desires. You have the right to go wherever you want to go. You don't have to stay in America. You don't have to be in America. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Where I'm at is like, I don't see my future in America. From when I was very young and came to this country, I never, like shortly after, I never wanted to stay in the state that I'm currently in. And as I got older, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now after this shit, I'm like, bruh, I don't have to put up with this, No one said it's going to be easy. No one said that. But I just have decided that, you know what? I don't want to live like this. Life in America is very, very hard. And I think that, like I said, back to the children, the things that they're implementing on these, forcing Bibles into schools and shit and all this crazy shit. Like, this is not my values, America does not align with my value system. My value system is not aligned with this country or the incoming president. I just strongly disagree with everything that they're doing. So I just feel like, you know what? I'm cutting back on my, like even what I bought today is free. I don't have to pay for none of this shit. Like, so you know. But besides food and stuff like that, one second, y'all, let me see. Like I said, this is a corporation. It's a corporation. And I saw another TikTok post from a white lady on TikTok, and she was responding to somebody's nasty comment based upon her other TikToks. And what she said was, she's surprised that people are surprised that America is this corrupt when they literally built it off the backs of slaves. And that's exactly what I told you guys. I'm like, this country literally built the White House off of the back of slaves. And so she was saying, like, why are people still shocked? Like, why are people still shocked by how racist this country is when its history has been always about oppression? Like, the history of America has been about oppression. So, I mean, some people are aware, like myself. Like, some people are just done with the excuses and are like realizing that, you know what, like, this is not a country of dignity, of class, respect for, you know, your fellow neighbor. Like, this country is not about that. You know, this country is about oppression, greed, you know, aka capitalism, and sexism. You know what I'm saying? And like oppressing people. And it's just barbaric. Like, what this country is like a third world. Like, to me, America is like a third world country for me. So yeah, like, I've already thought about selling my car, because when I move to different country, unless the country has the car that I have, and like, you know how the steering wheel, you know how in some countries the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the car? So depending upon where I move to, I'm gonna have to sell my car regardless, because the steering wheel or the laws, you know, how to drive in their country may not be the same with my car. So I'm probably have to sell the car regardless. So everything is for nothing. Like, I feel like I'm paying for a car I'm gonna sell anyway, because when I move out of the country, I'm gonna have to sell my car. So this car I'm probably gonna have for like a year or two, and after, like, I'm gonna have to sell it, you know, because unless the country I go to can take the car that I have, I'm gonna have to get a brand new car and everything else. So yes, guys. So I don't really know what else to say. Like, I just, like, I have countless stories. Of my experience in America. You know what I'm saying? And I am actually a little shocked that, you know, Black and brown people have, you know, still been having kids in this country and still get married. And like, it is kind of shocking. Like, when you step back and think about it, it's like, wow, like, they really have taken a huge gamble with their life raising a family here. Like, when there's tons of evidence and videos and articles and books of people migrating, picking up their family and going to take their family to a different country, and their kids can actually live in peace. Like, I think one of the reasons why I really didn't want to have kids is because I don't want to have the kids in America. So that was a big reason for me, is I didn't want to have any kids in America. So I was always pushing that away, you know what I'm saying? But if I was in a different country that was welcoming and respectful, then I would have kids in that country because I felt safe enough to have kids in that country. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of Black women, especially, they don't realize that. They don't realize that the environment they've been living in is so hostile. And the reason why they're saying no to marriage and saying no to having kids is because the environment is piss poor. Whereas if you look at other Black women in other countries who are having children or getting married, they feel safe. So they don't have an issue having 3, 4, 5 kids because they know that their kids are going to be taken care of when they go to school. In America, that's not the case. In America, not the case. And you forking out money for a private school is stupid as well. Like, you know, so to me, it just, like, I don't know, y'all. So where I'm at is I'm tired of living in a country that doesn't respect people. that doesn't respect people's lives. All they respect is how much money are you going to make me, you know? And granted, yes, money, currency is in every country, but the value system, right? The value system is totally different. There is no value system in America, and not religion. I'm saying like people's moral compass, how they were raised. Like, they're not raised with decency. They're not raised like in the Caribbean and Asia and even Europe. Like the people are raised in a certain way. Whereas in America, they don't have that class. They don't have that training. They don't have that instilled in them to respect people. In America, the kids just talk how they want to talk. They curse the teachers. It's a free-for-all, basically. It's basically a free-for-all. So no, I think that I was in America. I lived in America from 7 years old. Did elementary school, middle school, all that jazz, even college, sadly, even college. Whereas if I had more time to research, which I was trying to do, but like I was pressured to start like right out of high school. But I'm telling you, if I had more time, I would have done a lot of shit differently, man. Like a lot of shit differently. And I think that, it is what it is. You can't change the past, but you can make changes. But you can make changes now that will affect the lifetime, that will affect the rest of your life. And so that's how I'm looking at it. The way I'm looking at it now is like the choices that I make now are going to determine my future. And so, yeah, that's genuinely how I feel. Nowhere is perfect, but my God, to at least be in a country where you respect the culture, you respect, the people. Like America is so violent. The police are violent. The teachers, the school systems are horrible, horrible. So I'm looking to establish my life while I'm young. And while I have my degree, I want to go back to school. So the way that I'm planning my life right now is I'm going to research, I'm going to, travel, obviously, but I just like first it was I don't see myself in this state, like my thought process before the election was okay, I was feeling the need to move to a different state. Like I was feeling this piercing, like momentum to like get out of the state that I'm in. And then after the election happened, it's like, okay, scrap all that, because even if I go to a different state, it's still in the realm of America. And America, to me, I feel is done. I think America has lost the plot completely. So now I'm just like, forget America. Let's actually invest. If we're going to spend all this money and go to a different state, then why not spend the same amount of money and go to a country that you actually prefer? That's my thought process right now, is like, okay, instead of spending money to stay in America with all its violence and gun violence and all this crazy ish, why not invest your money, your education, your talents, your skills into a country where you can live more in peace? Because that's what I want. All I want to do is like live in a country where I'm more at peace and I don't have to worry about, going outside my house. I don't have to feel intimidated. I don't have to feel like somebody's out to get me or someone's just blatantly racist and wants to just take me out of here. Like that's how majority of people feel that are not, of Trump's, complexion in America. And that's sad. And then when you look up other people that live in other countries, they don't feel like that. Of course people have their challenges every now and then, but like they don't fundamentally feel like that, because there's certain laws that America has that other countries do not have, do not permit, do not allow. So, I don't, my future, like everything that I've been feeling from when I was young to now, growing up, living here in America, like now everything is just a lot clearer about what I will tolerate, what I will not tolerate, where I want to build my life, what I think is acceptable, what I think is not acceptable. And America just does not make the list for me. Like America does not pass does not pass the vibe check for me. So now my aspirations are a lot bigger than just, okay, let me go to a blue state. Like, that's all well and good, but like, you're still in America and you're still gonna be witnessing, you know, craziness. So now I have to scrap that plan and look more clearly about getting out. So, connect me. God almighty. Back, the connection was bad. The connection was really bad. So I have thought about, leaving America like a lot, but I just feel like America has just basically showed who it really is, has showed how ugly it really is. And like, it doesn't matter to me like how many quote unquote fake nice people there are. It's like the laws are still the law. The commander in chief is still the commander in chief. And like, if I don't fundamentally agree with what they're putting in to law, then I'm just not going to respect it. I'm not going to live somewhere that I don't respect. And for my life, I foresee a lot of prosperity. For my life, I foresee a lot of prosperity, a lot of good energy. And that's not in America. I'll make the most of it while I'm here, but I've never wanted to have kids in America. I have never wanted to have kids in America. And so if I want to change that, I would have to leave. There's really no other way to spin it. If I wanted to have a family and have my family feel safe and have us be in a healthier environment, then I cannot be in America. It's just that simple, unless I meet somebody here and then go over there, which, I mean, we'll see what the universe does. We'll see how that works out. But to me, waiting to see if things are going to change when they haven't changed since I've been here, and they've only gotten worse. I don't see the point. And so full circle back to the title. Okay, people saying they feel sick and all this, if they feel like they want to leave their house, they don't want to go outside, they don't trust their neighbors anymore, they don't trust this, they don't trust that. Do you want to live like that? That's a question that adults, not kids, because kids cannot really, they can't control anything. But I'm saying, as an adult, as a young adult, as an elder, as a mature adult, as a grown adult, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to put up with that? It's no more about waiting around or making a. This is how America has been for years on end, like, and it's only gotten worse. So I'm saying to the people who are feeling sick and all this, I feel for you, because if I really let all this get to me, I'd be in the same boat. But I sleep it off, I meditate it off, I just keep trying to have full meals and sleep as much as I can. That's kind of been my way of handling all this, is resting and focusing on my future, how I'm going to fuel all this into a brighter, happier, safer, healthier future, So instead of just, people are crying out, I get all that, but it's like, after you do all that, you got to ask yourself, are your kids safe? Are you safe? Do you agree with this? And if you don't, then you need to think bigger than just, it's going to pass. It's not. It's only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse, guys. So that's how I feel. Especially Black and brown people, I feel like we deserve so much better. And there's other countries and other places that are way safer, that are way more loving, and we're not going to feel like, this level, we're not going to even experience this level of violence on a daily basis. You know how bad that is for your nervous system? That cannot be good for someone's nervous system. And they've been talking about this quote unquote mental health crisis in America for the longest. Every year I've always heard that buzzing around in America is we have a mental health crisis in America. You want to bet when your police are beating on citizens? You want to bet like that can't be good for someone's nervous system. And so you're living in America, you're subjecting yourself to that kind of abuse, racial abuse, stigma abuse, gender abuse. You're allowing yourself to experience that kind of abuse on a daily basis. Why would you do that? I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying, like, as an adult living in a country like this, you're leaving your body open to get sick. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And now that like the light bulb is like, I mean, the light bulb's been on for me for a while now, but like now that I've graduated college and like now that like I've taken time to really assess, the situation, for me, I'm like, it's a hell no. It's a hell no. So I'm not expecting it to be easy. Trust me, I am not expecting, moving from America to a different country to be easy. In fact, the contrary, but it's worth it. I know it's going to be worth it. And so I will take you on that journey. Every day now I've been researching. I have to call my embassy. I have a lot of research to do. I've already done a lot of research as it is, but you get the point I'm trying to make is that like I just think that adults need to stand for themselves, especially Black and brown people need to kind of stand up for themselves and realize that this is not working. Living in America is not working for a majority of us. You know, there's no benefit. It's like being in a toxic marriage. You're getting beaten up on, but you could be single and not get people and not have to put their hands on you. But for the sake of being married, you're going to stay married and get beat up and get abused. Like that makes no sense. Like just, gain a backbone, make your own income, file for divorce and get the hell out of Dodge. And that's kind of how I feel America is like. America has shown people from the beginning of time how violent it is, how disgusting it is. And adults want to, I'm not talking about the ones who are sick, because the ones who are sick, I'm not really talking about them. I'm talking about in general, right? I'm kind of saying in general, the adults, right? The adults who have been here, past 50, past 45, like they've been here for a long period of time and they're not happy, but they still keep staying here. My question is why? Okay. Why, as an adult, are you going to subject yourself to this? I'm not going to. So I will work as hard as I can. I will cut out whatever expense I gotta cut out. I will do whatever I have to do. You see what I'm saying? I will do whatever I have to do to ensure and make sure that I don't have to subject myself to a violent, racist country. Because it's the country. It's a difference if it's just one bad person every couple. It's the country. The country was built off of this. So to me, there's really nothing else to say. So in addition to that message, I want to those who are feeling very sick and are very sad, I sympathize with you. I feel how you feel. But the only difference is that I'm willing to do something major about it. Instead of just wallowing in this and saying, oh, I wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and oh, is Kamala gonna surprise us? Like instead of doing all that hoping and all that wishful thinking, I'm in the more like action end where I'm just like, forget all that. Like I'd rather just leave the country. Like that's kind of where I'm at, is like, forget all the excuses, forget all the wishful thinking. Like America has not impressed me. America does not impress me. The way that the culture, the just everything about it, the work culture, the social culture, everything about it does not resonate with me. Everything about it does not resonate with me. So I'm just more on the end of like, they show me who they are. I've been knew this about America. I'm of age now where I can leave, so I want to leave. Doesn't mean that I don't feel sick and not just because I still do. I still very much do, but I'm trying to save my energy and conserve my energy to get out of here, opposed to just, wait around and see. That's the only difference between me and those who are just entrenched in sadness. And I feel bad for them. But at the same time, what I'm trying to get people to understand is like, hey, there is another way to live. And if you don't want to live like this, you have the ability to get out. But you got to put forth action. You got to begin to stop spending. Like Christmas coming up, forget that. I'm not going to splurge because guess what? All that money that I would spend on Christmas, I'm going to save up so that when I move out of the country, I have money for a rainy day. I have money for furniture. I have money for whatever I need. That's where my head's at right now. So if you don't like how America has been for the longest while and you're sick and tired of it, then put your money where your mouth is. You're sick and tired of it, then put your money where your mouth is and get out of here. Get out of America. Get out of America. You know what I'm saying? Invest your money, start your family somewhere else where you're actually safer and you're happier and you can just breathe, You can breathe. And you're more valued, and your money will go farther too. Your money will go farther too. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to go inside now and put the tags on the video, change the thumbnail picture, yada, yada, yada. But, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing is countless millions of people don't want to live right now. They don't want to live, period. And that's not a good sign. And so if you feel like that hopeless living in a country like that, then to me, the answer is clear. You need to leave. You need to get out because, they have, this like back. Okay, it's back. Yeah, if you don't agree with kind of far right ideologies and laws, then just simply don't live in this country. To me, it's just that simple. Don't give your talent and your money and build a family in a country that hates you, Like, why live in a country that hates you? I don't understand. Like, I didn't come to America by choice, For those, I have to find my key, man. Yeah, for those who are wondering, I did not. It's gonna rain. I could tell it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Yeah, I did not come to America by choice, by the way. Some people did. I didn't. So now that I'm older and I do have a choice, I'm like, I don't want to stay here, and I'm not going to, guys. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't care how long it takes, but I'm gonna find a way out. I am. And then, 1 second. Ooh, so I gotta turn the light. Oh, Lord. And then and only then, if I do want to start a family, I'm going to start a family with somebody whose values align with mine. That's a huge difference. 1 second. Oh, Lord. It's dark. So, and that makes me happy, Oh, wait. My AirPods are in the corner of the car. It shouldn't be. Oh, my AirPods should not be in there, guys. So I gotta go back. And get my AirPods in my car. How frustrating. But anyway, y'all. That makes me happy, It's gonna make me a lot happier to think that I'm gonna be with a person that their value system is my value system. And to know that, we're safe where we are. Whereas in America, I've never felt safe living in America. Okay, the audio is working good. Yeah, I have never felt safe living in America. From the day I got here, I never felt safe. So my nervous system, my body in general, like I feel better knowing that I'm going to be somewhere where if I do have kids, they're safer than they are in America. And that alone makes me think that, you know what, it's just really time to get serious. For those who are still grieving, I'm right there with you in heart. Like, I feel you. Those people, a lot of people are grieving. A lot of people are grieving, but behind that grief, right, behind that grief, you have to have an action plan. And as an adult, especially if you already have kids, as an adult, you have to ask yourself, is this how you want to live? Is the way this country is being run, does this align with my value system? And if the answer is no, then you need to get out of here. You need to get out of here, not just go to a blue state and go to a Democratic. No. You need to get out of here. You need to really put your money into a country that is going to take care of your kids and take care of you. And like when you're in retirement, when you get older, you're going to retire in America. Like I always tell my parents as well, like, I don't want them to retire in America. I don't want my parents to retire in America because to me, America is a very violent society, Like America does not have the same, like I said, moral system that I have. So I would not expect I would never retire in America. Like that's crazy to me too. So, no one said it's going to be easy. It's not going to be, smooth sailing. But guess what? On the opposite side of it, on the opposite side is going to be a lot of peace, a lot of prosperity, a lot of travel, a lot of happiness. And I look forward to that. So that's what I'm doing. I am now just actively working towards a future that reflects my values. So my heart goes out to all of you guys who are grieving, but after you grieve, you're going to have to ask yourself some tough questions, and you're going to have to figure out, what's the game plan, so to speak, because it's only going to get worse. And people I know that. Those who don't want to believe that, okay, but I'm telling you, it's going to get so bad. And there's already been so many, ethnic people, if you will, who have left America, and they're prospering and their quality of life is better. They're glowing, they're happy. And it's just such a shame that people didn't catch on earlier, but how could they, living in America and how busy people are and how much they work, they don't take time to stop and think about what they're doing. And I think what this election has forced people to do is to stop and really look around, and realize that, what, this is not how I want to live. And that's the only benefit that I see, is like people are able to see what America really is, and once you see what America really is, you can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not gonna, I feel like the difference with me is like, I'm not ignoring it. I'm not ignoring reality. Whereas people who are like stuck, like stuck at election day, they probably are not aware that, what, this is not how we're supposed to live. They've conditioned people to think this way. But when you take a step back, you realize that, what, you don't have to live this way. It's only if you choose to live this way that you live this way. But you don't have to. You don't have, nobody has to live this way. But if you don't take time and awareness to think about how you're living and how poorly you're living, no matter how much money you make, you're in a violent country. Excuse me. You're in a violent country, then you're gonna be blind to the reality. Until you travel, until you investigate, until you research, you're not gonna realize how bad it actually is living in America. You're not gonna realize how undiverse it is, how unsupportive it is, And so I salute, I really, really congratulate and salute people who, when the pandemic first hit, you know, a lot of people left. And like I said in my other video, if you haven't seen that video, like I said in my other video, if I was old enough and I wasn't still in college, I would have left as well. For sure I would have left, but I was too young. So, you know, there really wasn't much that I could do. There wasn't much that I could do. But, you know, excuse me. But, what video do I want to pick for this? I'm trying to think. So, you know, I have seen a lot of different vlogs of black families in other countries talking about why they left America, you know, and all the reasons that they provided is exactly how I feel. It's like, you just have to look, you know, you just have to be proactive. You can't sit in the pain forever. You can't keep getting beat up on. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point you got to stand up and you got to realize that, you know what, you got to take back control and power of your life. And that was what my other video was titled. That it was literally titled, like, take your power back and realize that you're not living right. You know, you're not living up to how you really deserve to live. And it's only until people get fed up, you know, that they will. But those who don't, they just simply don't. But I'm saying that there is another way to live. And all you have to do is just go within, do your research, and quite frankly, pay attention. That's all you gotta do is pay attention. And then you realize, like, oh my God, you know, you're investing into a country that the soil is not right. You know, the soil is not right. The energy is not right. And it's gonna be harder to prosper in a country that is so tainted. You know, it's very fabric, it's very soil, is tainted. And I don't think that anybody that's intelligent can disagree with me. Like, you have to look at the basis, you know, the base, the fabric, the principles in which that country was founded, you know. And so when I saw that young white lady on TikTok, she was basically telling people, like, why are you so surprised? Like, this is what America thrives off of, you know. I could not agree more. Like, I was telling people the same thing. I'm like, this is what America does. And people buying into this fake American dream, you know, they're getting scammed. They're getting scammed, you know. Their quality of life, no matter how much money they make, they're paying for things that in other countries is free. You know, healthcare is a big thing. You know, healthcare is a big deal. You know, other countries, you know, that's included. You know, their citizens don't have those issues, but in America, you know, you have to hope and pray that you get those kind of benefits. You know, maternity leave, paternity leave. You know, when the father gets time off work, or the mother gets time off of work to raise their kids, that's like almost non-existent in America. You know, the max I ever heard somebody get in America was like 2.5 weeks. I have never heard any American employee say, I got 3 to 6 months off work. I've never heard that unless they got fired, you know. And so if you want to have a family, especially, why would you have a family in America? Like, America, you don't get no benefits. You don't get no help. You don't get any time to breathe with your child, to bond with your child. So even off of that merit, if I was like in the stage of my life where like I just wanted to have a bunch of kids, like I wouldn't have kids in America. I would never have kids in America. So I realized like yesterday, especially like if I really was to even consider that and like I met somebody worthy of that, I would have to think to myself, well, I don't want to have them here. And I have had that experience actually. I have been in long-term relationships where we're having, the topic of having kids has come up. But in the back of my mind, I've always thought to myself, I don't want to have them in America. So then what do you do? Well, either you and that person leaves together, right? You'd leave together. That's the only thing I can think of. You'd have to leave together. You'd have to hope that so let's say hypothetically you meet somebody in America and you both agree you want to leave America to raise your family somewhere else. You would have to hope that your mother, your father, their mother, their father, whoever, whatever the situation is, that they would go with you, which is not a guarantee, you know. So regardless of, grandparents, you need to pick a partner. Like this is how I'm thinking. You would have to pick a partner that's reliable, in general. Okay. And if you're watching me and your partner's parents are already gone or your parents are already gone, then you have nothing to worry about because they're not there anyway. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying if you're looking for that, you would need to find a person. One second. Yeah, you would have to so even more so if for those who are still going to be dating or still want to, invest in that kind of lifestyle, even more so, you need to find out if that person would move with you. You know what I'm saying? And like well, not well, yeah, well, recently, yes, but I only want to I didn't think I was going to get this personal, but I was dating somebody recently this year and that conversation did come up. And luckily, they were on the same page, but with a different city. Not so much. I don't know if we really saw the country. I think we saw a different state. But now, I'm thinking about country. So it's not just about talking about moving to a different city or different state. Now it's about, are you willing to move to a different country with me? Okay, or vice versa. If the person comes to me and says, I want to go to this country, I'm all in. Okay, so I'm looking, so now the criteria that I'm looking for in a life partner is a lot more intense because now that I realize what this is all about and what's really happening, I would need to be with a person that wants to relocate to a different country. And that is a non-negotiable. We could be in a different city or different state for maybe 6 months to a year max, but then after that we would need to pack up and move. So I'm serious, like I'm not going to be taking time to just cry for no reason. Like I haven't cried at all. And for those who have, my heart goes out to you, but I feel like it's action time. I feel like it's planning time. This is a time now to plan, to take action, not to just be stuck in our emotions. Now is time to plan. So, yeah. So, you attract what you are. So one of the people that I was dating recently this year, we're funny, but not funny because I mean, like I said, you attract what you are. We were both talking about moving, you know what I'm saying? And so that's a good sign. So now, thinking about a serious relationship, like, long term, that is, that's where my head's at, is like, okay, do you have any countries in mind? Do you have any other places in mind? Because I don't want to raise my kids in America. And like, that's really the point that I'm at is like, I'm so serious about this. So I know the universe will send me somebody that their value systems are my value systems. And for those of you out here who you're wanting to manifest that, or maybe you already have a person, but you're wanting to convince them, just put the intention out there, you know what I'm saying? And hope for the best, stay positive, because it can happen. I watched different vlogs, very intimate vlogs of young families and young people, and people even mature age who in their 50s said, you know what, we're out of America, we're leaving, and they're happier for it. They're so much happier. So there is a way out, but you just have to have, if you're single and you don't have anybody holding you back, you could go where you want to go. So I'm going to use it to my advantage, but if you do get in a relationship and, there is the talk of, long-term commitment, on the table, you may want to have a conversation with the person. Like, listen, before we get too comfortable, or before we start, having family and people and friends meet each other, like, understand that, like, we're not staying in America. And so now, that's going to be a part of, if I have to date, if I must date, if somebody, is worthy of that, then now, and that conversation already was came up regardless of my other relationships, but I think now especially it's gonna have to really be like a non-negotiable. Like, I don't want to raise my kids here. If you want kids, and if somebody can convince me of having kids, which is very difficult within itself, but if the person does want kids, I'm gonna have to explain to them, like, listen, I don't want to raise kids here, so you're gonna have to be on the same page of that, you know what I'm saying? And if the person is great, then we can make our plan together to get out of here. So that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. And a lot of women out here feel how I feel, and so I'm encouraging you, don't give up. There is a better way to live, other countries, and you just have to be intentional. If you're going to be dating, date with intention. Let the person know, or people know that this is the kind of life that I want. This is the kind of future that I see for myself, and don't back down from that. You know what I'm saying? Be steadfast and be intentional, because America, it's going to get so bad in America. And it's just quite embarrassing, to live in a third world country. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm in a third world country, So the plan is no longer about, going to a different state. Now it's about, how can we get the hell out of here? How can we get out of here? So now, if I must date, my dating is with a different purpose, because I had to come to grips and the reality that, you know what, I don't want to raise kids in America. And so any partner that I choose to be with long term would have to respect that, would have to agree, or we don't have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anything in common at that point, because that's a non-negotiable for me. So behind the disappointment, behind the pain, behind the sickness, behind feeling ill, behind wanting to stay at home all day, behind the symptoms of depression, it's time for especially young adults and adults to get real and begin to plan a different life. If you're sick of living in a country that's so divided and so racist and so disgusting and violent, then you're gonna have to have an action plan. You can't just feel bad for yourself. You have to begin to make an action plan. And so instead of crying and whatever else you could do out here, that's what I've done. I have began extensive research and really asking myself, big questions, important questions, serious questions. And I know I know there's a better way, you know. I know that there's a better way to live, and I want to live that version of my life. I don't want to live the version of my life where people feel afraid to walk in the street, you know? Like even in the suburbs, people are afraid to live their life because the way law enforcement is in this country, the way that the police brutality, you know, the mental health crisis in America is so bad. So it doesn't really matter like where you live per se. It's just the way that the country is within itself is ill, is sick, you know? And I don't know, I don't know how else to explain it, but just for me after the election, it was like that was my final straw, you know. It was like I don't have to live this way, and I don't want to. So I'm an adult of age, you know. I have to work hard. I have to figure out what's the plan. You know, I think within a year or two, excuse me guys, I'm just having a smoothie. So, excuse me. I think a year to 3 years, you know, realistically, I think a year to 3 years is more than enough time, you know, to decide what you want to do. I really do. For those who are not so sure, and maybe they have a lot of family here in America, whatever, a year to a year to 3 is enough time to figure something out. It really is. Like it really is. So if that's you I'm talking to, you know, get serious about it. You know, after you're done crying, after you're done, you know, feeling angry, you know, take it upon yourself to ask yourself some tough questions, and then you're going to realize that, you know what, there's a better way to live. And all you got to do is apply yourself and stop spending, you know. Now, like the regular purchases that I would make, I'm not going to make anymore because I'm already acting like I'm not here, you know. I'm going to already behave like I'm not here. So of course, besides food and, you know, the basic stuff, I'm just not going to be spending because I don't want to be spending to where I am temporarily when what I'm building up in the future is for permanent, is for the long haul, is for retirement, is for when I, you know, I'm plus 50. So that's how I feel right now. So there could be those of you out here where maybe you're not at that point yet, or you don't feel the same way. And God bless you. You know, if you're going to be staying in America, God bless you. You know, I wish you the best. But for me, I just feel like my limit has been reached. And I'm not impressed. I'm just tired of feeling like this. You know, I'm so tired of living in a country like this. I really am. And I will do whatever I have to do. I will call whoever I have to call to look for opportunity elsewhere. And that's really how I feel. And that's really where I'm at, is like I need to invest in my future, not in the past, not what has been, not what is, but what's ahead of me. You know, what is clear, what is the clear future that I want? And think like that. And think like that opposed to, oh, Kamala didn't win. Oh, Trump's back in. That's a waste of time, guys, you know. That's all a waste of time. Now that's past, it's happened, it's over with, you know, it's already happened. Now we have to focus on the future, what's ahead of us. And so don't get discouraged, okay? Don't get discouraged. Just breathe, sleep, take care of yourselves, you all. Like really take care of yourself. Like Twitter, aka X, now known as X. Okay, I have it off my phone. The app is gone. My account is still there, but the app is gone. You know why? Because it's negative. Okay, every time I would go on the website, I was getting a headache. It felt negative for me. So I'm like, what's the point? You know, What is the point of feeling like this when I don't have to? So taking your power back is through your actions, is through your daily habits, is through what you feed into, right? You have to be aware of what you're giving your energy to. So today is also what, Pluto and Aquarius. Let me put that in the hashtag, Pluto and Aquarius. So the 19th, Tuesday, marks a new beginning, guys. This is a new beginning. So we have to act like it. So I started off my Pluto and Aquarius with deleting X off my phone and deleting some apps off my phone and planning for the future. So, you know, of course, by all means, living in the now, doing the best I can. But I really think that people need to take advantage of, you know, their dual citizenship, if they have friends and family in other countries or whatever else they could do, you know, really take advantage of that, because times are going to get really weird in America. And I don't see why people would not just try to you know, get out of here. And so those who agree with this bullshit, they can stay. Who gives a fuck about them? They can stay all they want, but I don't agree with it. So as an adult, I feel like, why should I accept that? You know, why I don't have to. So thank you guys for watching. This is just my update and sharing what I've been seeing with you all. I'm just trying to change the clip art. Give me a second here. No, it has to be a little bit bigger than that. One sec. No. This smoothie's actually really good. No. I'm trying to get a new clip art, but it's kind of hard. So let's just enjoy the silence, shall we? I'm gonna end this video in silence. Beautiful, pristine, calm silence. Something that America is not used to. so let's enjoy the silence, shall we? Yay, I fixed it, guys. Okay, the clip art, the thumbnail is uploaded. Yay! So thank you for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Look around my channel. My TikTok link should be somewhere on my channel. Yay, it's so pretty. I love it. So, and I love you all. And I hope that what I've said in this video can really have people who are feeling lost and are feeling downtrodden. I really hope that you all can realize how much you're really worth, and that you'll begin to make decisions that reflect that reality. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is just make decisions moving forward that are going to reflect the reality and the life that I want, not the life that I put up with or settle for. And that's a big deal, because a lot of people, what they've done is they've settled. They've settled. And they've settled because they thought that that's all they could do. And it's just not true. It's not true. You know? So let me see 1 second. I want to do Pluto and Aquarius. So there is a better way to live, guys. And I did predict that a lot of celebrities were going to be getting dual citizenships or going to small islands and whatnot. And I was spot on. I told you guys in the last 2 videos that there was this financial network channel that has a YouTube channel. And they were talking about the island of Malta. Now, I've never been to Malta, but that's what I saw. So in my Year of a Dragon video that I made in December of 2023, I told you guys that like islands like Malta are going to be very, very popular and whatnot. And I was right. You know, people are, and I'm sure in the press you guys already seen that a lot of celebrities have already left. They already left America to go to places like Spain, Japan, Hong Kong, Tokyo, England, Africa, Guyana. People have already made that leap. So, you know, I would say I didn't tell you, but I did tell you guys. So maybe with the maybe with Pluto and Aquarius, it's gonna be a lot more popular. And I already think I already see that it is. Especially on Blue Sky. I have a Blue Sky now, guys. A lot of people are wisening up to that, and a lot of people are you know, making plans too, you know. I saw a lot of mothers were already getting passports and stuff like that in place. So not everybody is naive, you know. Some people actually have common sense and are beginning to put their money where their mouth is and are beginning to realize that there's a better quality of life elsewhere. And I'm happy for people that are doing that are being proactive and not just crying and not just sad, but they're fighting back, you know, they're taking their power back. And so you know, all is well, guys. So focus on your desired future, focus on what's important to you, and manifest that reality. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna manifest the reality that I think, that I know that I'm worthy of, that I think is better, that's the better quality. And I look forward to it. I really, really do. I wish it could happen tomorrow, but you know, these things are gonna take time. And so while I'm here, I just have to you know, make sure I get my ducks in a row. So I love you all. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Have a blessed day, you guys. Okay, try not to stress out. Try not to cry. Try not to freak out. Don't panic. Yes, it's going to get bad, but guess what? We have options. We have choices on where our energy goes. And so make sure that you're not putting your energy into anything that's temporary or into anything that you think is really not going to benefit you, especially in your elder years, when you're an old person, when you're an elderly person, you know, like that's what's going to be the litmus test is, okay, you lived 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, right? What did you do with that time? You know, that to me is the ultimate judge. It's like when you get into your wow, Blue Sky surpassed 20 million users. Wow, that's a lot of people. Oh my God, 20 million. So that's how I think. It's like the quality of life you have when you're an elderly person, I think is like reflects if you made the right choices or not, to me. So right now in America is rough, it's turbulent, it's nasty, it's scary. But guess what? If you make the right choices now, when you are older, much older, you're going to thank yourself. You're going to be patting yourself on the back. You're going to be so happy that you made these tough sacrifices now rather than later. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, move forward with your life, you all. I love you all. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching.